Hi everyone, it's Mary with a passion for paper. Thank you for joining me today. I am here to share a little bit more of my work in this beautiful ballerina journal. And I've just set out a few things that I am planning to add to the journal tonight. I have some words here that I have typed with an old-fashioned font, and then coffee dyed with coffee and tea in the dye bath, and just to make all of these delightfully grungy marks on this paper. And I'm planning to use some of them in scrappy notepads and some of them just ripping them out and putting them on a cluster. I have a couple other just little coffee dyed labels, and this is some beautiful patterns on this coffee and tea dyed computer paper. I see I've already folded that, so let's see if there's a way to add that into the journal. I have to cut that down or tear it a bit. Here's another page. I'm also planning to put some more of these in my Etsy shop because I think this is really lovely paper to have in a journal. I love these end pieces that tear off. They're for the old-fashioned dot matrix printers, and I came across a nice large stack of this at a thrift shop, and I've been coffee and tea dyeing it. Here's some beautiful old vintage music sheet. It's huge. I'm gonna see if there's a way I can add some of this also to the ballerina journal I've been working on. But before we start that, I would like to share a Lavish Laces order that recently came in. And I love these beautiful pink envelopes. She sends them in. And when I opened it, it was just wrapped up so beautifully, just like the last order was. So this must be the norm. And I wanted to just open it on camera so you could see some of the delightful items I was able to purchase. And what a beautiful card, Lavish Laces. And this is an Etsy shop, and I have placed a couple of orders here. The first one was a vintage grab bag. So it just had a lovely assortment of different laces and trims. This time I went ahead and went through all of the different laces, and that's a beautiful lace ribbon Jaizella tied the package with. Thank you. I love it. And this one I picked out several laces that I particularly wanted. So first order was the grab bag. Second order was just one by one. I went in and chose the laces. I love that Jaizella has laces from France. It's just so cool. I was reading on the Etsy shop, I believe, in the About section, that she had received, a large assortment of vintage laces from a specific location in France, and that just got me very excited when I read that. I just love everything French, and this is a really neat opportunity because, as you know, if you've ordered things from France, the shipping costs are high. So to have someone in the States have this beautiful inventory of French laces, it's very exciting to me. So lovely assortment here. Oh my gosh. And she did send some extras. Thank you so much. Love those. And these are the ones that I ordered specifically. Oh my gosh, they're so beautiful. Let me see if I can get this open so I can show you. Definitely going to be adding something from here into my ballerina journal. And these pink ones are absolutely gorgeous. I'm also planning a couple of journals that are using all of my avocado dyed papers. And so this will go beautiful beautifully into those journals. Love this. Absolutely gorgeous. Thank you. So, so pretty. And then these are really nice. I love the little ones and the big one. Oh, wow. These are so pretty. Love to open these and see exactly how they look and feel. So these are just gorgeous. I loved the curved edges of this. I was just imagining it on the edge of a page. Some of these I might even coffee and or tea dye. So, oh, look at this one. Ooh, this is so delicate. I just love it. And the detail on there is so pretty. Very beautiful. This is a thicker one. Shiny almost. That is really, really beautiful. Love that. And this one, I am excited to try some colors. Trying to just add to my stash of, this was, I believe, blue and plum. Really pretty vintage, delicate lace. So love that. Very, very nice muted colors. And here is some more of this really beautiful white lace. I just fell in love with this. I thought it was so unique and pretty. It almost looks like a wave in the ocean. Just thought that was so nice to have the edges like that. I could almost imagine a ballerina costume having this lace on it. So this is so wonderful. I'm thrilled with all of those laces. So thanks for taking a look at those with me. It's always fun to share my latest finds. And again, those are from Lavish Laces, Jaizella's Etsy shop. I'll link it below. So let's go ahead and take a look through this journal. Make sure I'm in frame here. It's a tall, skinny journal, but it's not as tall as the last two journals I made. This one is about the same width, just under 5 inches. And the height of the cover is right around 9 1/4. But as you can see, I haven't bound it yet. And I've got a lot of different things going on in here. This is also a pretty tall page. So I may end up cutting that down. I'm not sure yet. If it's at the tallest to the longest, it's 10. But or like 9 point something. Okay, so here's the cover. Love this ballerina. And she's from the Ruby and Pearl kit. And then a label, some vintage lace. And I did create one scrappy notepad so far with the ballerina theme. And I'm also doing French, which I love, mixing ballerina and the French theme together. So lots of lovely things in here. Sam Pool stamp, and this belly band. And I put this over the top, tuck that in. And these beautiful digitals are Bontik Vintage Designs. It's the floral pages. Gorgeous. This is from my stash. French ephemera. Ballet. This is something new. I created this tag with just some silhouettes that I copied and shrunk down to, I just got them on the internet, put them on a document, shrunk it down, coffee dyed it, and then I put it onto this book page, the Royal Ballet School, which I thought was so beautiful, and a little music sheet and a vintage lace. This is made with coffee dyed file folder and using the punch for the tag, and very simple tag, but I just loved making it with that book page, the Royal Ballet School. Some more beautiful vintage lace. This is a digital. It actually says Grand Ballet on it in Paris, piano. So I just think this is such a pretty scrolling design here. This is some more of the words that I had here, and it just tucks up under that tuck spot. So the new owner of this journal could take these out and tear them and use them in different places throughout the journal or elsewhere. This is a beautiful book page that I made a copy of and coffee dyed, that really grungy look, with this beautiful ballerina word below. This says Alfred Chalon portrayed Carlotta Grisi, Marie Taglioni, Lucille Gran, and Fanny Cerrito in the most famous pose of the Pas de Quatre in London, 1845. And I just thought it was kind of cool the way the image is so hidden behind all of the grungy coffee dye. It's just a hint of it there, which is pretty cool how that came out. And I love this. Again, Bontik Vintage Designs. And oh, for Bontik Vintage Designs, you can get a 50% discount in the entire Etsy shop if you use my discount code, which I will link in the video below. I have it at the bottom of other videos too. You just type in the code of my Instagram, which is a passion for paper, and it's the number 4. On here, my channel is a passion for paper shop, so it's slightly different on Instagram. I love this collage. This is also ruby and pearl. And then this was from a different book, Principal Role. That's like the dancer who has the principal role, and that's a young adult vintage book. Here's another one of these beautiful tags made with file folder coffee dyed and just some collaging on there. Love this embossed paper here for the pocket. And then this is another beautiful Bontik Vintage Designs pattern. So just beautiful. Colors on that paper. This is a fabric page, French book page. This is a beautiful little quote from a dancing book, Tchaikovsky. Dreamed I would be a ballerina. This is authentic French piece from a play in the 1930s. More vintage French book page. Love this piano roll paper. I'm enjoying putting that into my journals now. I did have this in a video where I talked about that. Some pattern paper again, Bontik Vintage Designs. Love the doily, ruby and pearl French documents. So you can see it's not finished yet. I haven't bound it. I'm just working through the pages. In fact, let's go ahead and see if there's a good spot to add one of these. Now I have one that's less grungy, so we could see if that would work. Or I have one that is quite grungy on that side. So with that in mind, I was actually just noticing this pair of pages here look a little plain, so I might actually turn this inside out. So it was folded the other way. And I think this might look good in between here. I think I'm going to go ahead and move the beautiful lace out of my way. I like to have that at the beginning, but I think this is a little easier to work with. So, ooh. Sometimes I like things hanging out the top and the sides, so we'll see. This was, see, now it's a different color. Not sure if I like it as much. Before I put that on there, this was just a page made with a paper bag. And so I have, this is the regular paper bag, but then I've put these different papers on top of it. I'm also just kind of looking through, seeing, you know, where I might want to change some pages around, what looks best where. Actually, I think that's going to be too monochromatic. I might just turn it back the way it was and see how that looks. Because I think, yeah, it's going to look kind of nice, those two together. I think I will just do a couple of things. I'm going to size it up here and tear it down in size right about there, and then I am going to take one of these. Oh, actually, let's see how it would look if I just folded it back. Put this in here. Kind of like that. And that looks nice. That looks a little better, I think. And this is a cool spread. I haven't, this is new. I haven't shown you this yet. Glossary of ballet terms. This is a book page from an old ballet book, and I just coffee and tea dyed it. And I think it looks great with those old ballet shoes there. So I tucked that in this pocket. And then over here, there's a tuck spot. Just this pretty, elegant French label. And then we have the middle double page of the signature. And I thought this was a beautiful image from Bontik Vintage Designs. I believe this is the Shabby Roses kit. And I will link that below. And this is the 50% off. It's a great discount code. So take a look at the description box below the video and take advantage of that wonderful deal. Ooh, I'm wondering if this would be a good spot for the music page. So I want to put this in here as well. And what I liked about this is it was already in a booklet format. So I was thinking I'll just leave it like that and make it smaller so it fits. Just kind of eyeball the size here. I think what I would like to do is one side fold in for a flip. It's a little unwieldy because it's so big. I think what I'll do is I will get the bottom cut up first. So kind of eyeball it to right about there. So let me just take that off. And I was seeing it was right here. Okay. And then this can be saved for another project. And the top is where I'm going to see how best to work this in here. If I did something like, I'm going to cut the back first. So we'll just rip it there. And I see this is still protruding out. I just wanted to fold this back like I did the other one. Make it not stick out so far. And then this one, kind of like seeing, oh, that's gonna be too, maybe right about there. This way, I think if I tear it down here, that could be a nice little side tuck. And this piece is just about the right, perfect size for a scrappy notepad. So that's a beautiful scrap. Go right into my scrappy notepad stack. And I took out these pages, so it would be like that. This could either be a flip out or it could be a little pocket there on the side. So okay, now we're back in business. So a couple of nice additions. Tell you, I'm getting pretty close with this. Love that. I think that is such a nice middle spread. And so basically I'm just going to wrap it up there. Just wanted to pop in and say hello and let you know that I have been working on the Ballerina journal. Here's a page, the Royal Ballet. This is that same vintage book that I used. I love this, the back of the other digital from Ruby and Pearl. But this book is from, that I made the tag with. I love this saying, the Royal Ballet. That's just so beautiful. And so I will be adding some more to this, and hopefully we'll be able to finish it up soon and come back to do my final flip through. So thank you guys for tuning in. Hope you found some inspiration, and have a wonderful rest of your day. Until next time, bye-bye.